Hispanic,
African American,
Hindu, LGBT,
Muslim,
Christian,
Chinese,
American.
we are diverse.
We are all more than a stereotype or a single word.
Diversity increases patient trust and communication.
diversity reduces disparities and enhances health outcomes.
We are all DMU, and we're going to make a difference.
Thank you for embracing diversity.
Thank you for supporting our goals.
Thank you for joining us to make an impact.
Thank you for investing in us.
Thank you for investing in DMU.
Good evening and welcome everyone. My name is Victoria Knopf and I'm a second-year podiatric medicine and surgery student at Des Moines University. Thank you for attending tonight. I'd like to start by recognizing and thanking our talented musicians who played during the reception, Music Energy, a band comprised of DMU students and faculty. Throughout the program tonight, you'll hear from several of my colleagues on why we choose DMU, and you will gain a better understanding of DMU's commitment to diversity and how it prepares us to serve our global community. While I considered other podiatric medical schools, I was drawn to DMU because its global health opportunities both abroad and in the United States. As an undergraduate at the University of Illinois, I was afforded the opportunity to shadow healthcare providers in Ecuador and Honduras. I was struck by the drastic disparities that exist in the quality of and access to healthcare. Patients were willing to walk 2 hours and wait all day at clinics just to get the most basic care there. That fueled my passion and goal as a future podiatric physician to provide care to underserved and underprivileged people, whether in other countries or right here in Des Moines. I've come to realize that DMU shares that passion to serve all people. The university's mission is to improve lives in our global community by educating diverse groups of highly competent and compassionate healthcare professionals. DMU instills cultural competency, including our ability to connect with patients regardless of their backgrounds. Our skills in developing trusting and respectful relationships with our patients are as critical as our knowledge of the human body in providing effective care. I could not be more excited or proud to be part of DMU, nor could I be more grateful to everyone who supports the Glanton Fund. As the recipient of the Glanton Scholarship, I'm honored that you are all investing in my dream to become the best physician I can be. I assure you that my classmates and I are going to put your investment into action by providing excellent health care for years to come. I would now like to introduce Pastor Eric Volker from Lutheran Church of Hope's Johnston Grimes campus to give the invocation. Thank you and enjoy your dinner.
Boy, she's hard to follow. It was a great night coming here. I'm subbing for another one of our pastors and thinking about coming into tonight and creating a sense of unity in this evening is my goal. And sitting over here, I'm looking through the brochure that all of you have at your desk or at your seat. And I read through some of the different students that are here that these great universities and the community like this supports and ensures that their dreams come alive. And this guy sits down next to me, I introduce myself, and he tells me his name's Muhammad, and I'm like, and I see the face, and I'm paging through the brochure, and it's him. And I'm scanning it quickly to create a little conversation, a little context of who it is that I have the privilege to sit by tonight. And one of the things I see in there is like, I've never been around so many white people. And I'm like, perfect. Now that's why we're here, is to bring these cultural competencies and enrich people's lives. And one of the best things about an evening like this is thinking about how desperately our world needs people who care about health Let us pray. Almighty and gracious God, tonight we pray for a spirit of gratitude and generosity. We thank you that for the hearts and minds of all who gather here, who have come before, the Glantons, the vision that you gave them to care about people who need a little bit of help to realize their dreams, to not just realize their dreams, but that culture and community is enhanced and made whole by their presence. We thank you for Des Moines University, their pursuit of excellence, the passion that you've given them to create an institution that cares about global excellence starting right here at home. We also thank you for all who sit here tonight, who have come before and who will continue to support this great mission, to bring these two visions together, to enhance our global community, people who care about health, both here and abroad. As we head toward the evening tonight, Lord, open everybody's pocketbook. Let them experience a generosity of caring for the community around. It's one of the things that's happening here tonight, so that all the people who come through and who are turned into doctors and professionals in healthcare, no matter how they support it and provide care to the world around us, Lord, that it brings people a better life of healthcare around the world. So we thank you, and we ask your blessing here tonight on all who will speak, the lives that they share with us, and inspire us to do even more. Amen.
Good evening. I hope you enjoyed dinner and the conversation at your table. My name is Megan Kavanaugh, and I'm a second-year student in DMU's Osteopathic Medical Program. During my undergraduate training in music and communication, my interest in diversity training was sparked through my college's relationship with the National Coalition Building Institute. I learned about the ways that privilege and prejudice have a huge impact on a person's life. I chose DMU because I had family who graduated from here, and I appreciated the community and the family feel of the campus. During orientation, I became excited after learning about the Multicultural Affairs Office and decided to join the university's Multicultural Affairs Student Advisory Committee. We provide input on important programs that are designed to foster cultural competence. I also participated in the Diversity Health Series, which includes 10 different films about people from a variety of racial, ethnic, and other cultural backgrounds. The films are great, but I think something even more beneficial are the small group overview discussions that occur among students, faculty, and staff after each film. The Diversity Health Series provides a safe, open environment to ask questions, challenge our own assumptions and biases, and share our own stories. I have learned so much from my peers, especially those whose backgrounds are very different from my own. I know that I can't learn everything or understand everything about other cultures, but through our diversity programs at DMU, I have learned how to recognize my own biases, how to ask questions respectfully, and how to interact with others in a caring and compassionate way. These are skills I am confident will serve me well as both a physician and a citizen in our increasingly diverse society. It is now my distinct privilege to introduce Dr. Angela Walker Franklin, the 15th president of Des Moines University. President Franklin has worked in higher education for more than 20 years. As our president, she led the development of a new strategic plan, beginning with transforming the university's mission and vision. During her tenure, the National Association of Diversity Officers in Higher Education selected DMU for its annual Institutional Excellence Award for promoting and sustaining innovative diversity efforts. In 2015, the university was also among the recipients of the Friends of Iowa Civil Rights Award, and this year was inducted into the Iowa Volunteer Hall of Fame, the most prestigious state-level honor that volunteers can receive. In addition, the university was named a 2016 Great College to Work For by the Chronicle of Higher Education, as well as an Iowa Top Workplace by the Des Moines Register. Both were based on employee surveys. President Franklin is also very active in the community. She serves on several boards and in health and wellness initiatives. Please help me welcome President Franklin.
Thank you. Good evening, and thanks to all of you who support and continue to support Des Moines University and the Glanton Fund. I'd like to begin by introducing some special guests with us tonight and ask that you stand to be recognized, starting with those who have worked hard on behalf of our students, the Glanton Committee. Please stand. Members of the Glanton Committee. Another special group of individuals I'd like to honor and acknowledge are our past Glanton honorees who are here with us tonight. First, Mrs. Frances Colston, will you please stand in honor of your husband, Monroe Colston? Renee Hartman. Simon Estes. Suku Radia. Gary Palmer. The 14th president of Des Moines University and our governor, Terry Branstad. And I'd also like to acknowledge Mrs. Lois Skinner. Will you please stand in honor of your husband, Ed Skinner, one of our honorees. I'd also like to acknowledge members of our Board of Trustees, including our Maritime Board members in attendance tonight. Please stand. With us tonight, Des Moines University Alumni Association Board of Directors. Please stand. And my executive leadership team, the individuals I work with daily, please stand. Executive leadership team members. Now I'd like to recognize the individuals and organizations that make this event possible and have contributed $10,000 or more as our platinum sponsors. AT&T, please stand. Bankers Trust. Although not present, I'd like to acknowledge Mac Enich. Not able to be with us, John and Mary Papajohn. And in attendance, Verizon. We have been extremely fortunate to have Prairie Meadows as our friend and dedicated partner since the inception of this event in 2004. Each year, they continue to deliver quality, and this year we are so proud to recognize them as our $20,000 dinner sponsor. Mr. Palmer, can you and your staff please stand and be recognized? Finally, I am privileged to recognize our first ever presenting sponsor, which is a commitment of $25,000. Walmart, Blue Cross, and Blue Shield shares our same core values of health and wellness and inclusion and diversity. Mr. Forsythe, can you and members from your company please stand to be recognized for your generosity? Thank you all for making this critical investment that helps advance the mission of our institution of preparing highly competent, compassionate healthcare professionals. Speaking of these future healthcare professionals who aspire to devote their lives to healthcare and health services, can all of our Des Moines University students please stand to be recognized? Our students make me proud, and I'm honored to serve as Des Moines University's leader because of the impact we have on our community, state, and beyond through our students, our alumni, faculty, and staff. Service has been a hallmark of our institution since it was founded in 1898. One reason we are committed to serving our community is that we are mindful of how the community has supported us. Our 2016 Glanton honorees, members of the Hubble family, epitomize this support. The Hubble family has indeed played a significant role in our community, but what many of you may not know, and what was unveiled when we recently compiled the institution's history, is the critical role this esteemed family played in keeping our doors open. In 1898, Frederick M. Hubble, founder of Equitable Life Insurance Company of Iowa, advocated for the Osteopathic Practice Act. That led to the founding of S.S. Steele College, now Des Moines University, later that year. In the early 1900s, his son, Frederick C. Hubble, and others improved the college's financial standing and facilities at our previous campus downtown. Hubble family members again helped our institution in 1911 when it was struggling with financial and administrative problems. Frederick C. Hubble, then vice president of Steele College, who knew, right, assured students and the community in a speech from the porch of his home that Steele College would remain open. It emerged with stronger finances and leadership in place, thanks to that effort. More than a century later, the university enjoys an additional and very special tie to the Hubble family. We are proud that as a young preteen, Mike and Debbie Hubble's future daughter-in-law, Alexandria, came to our campus to participate in our annual Girls in Science Day. She went on to enroll in and graduate from our osteopathic medical program in 2013, one of those first classes I got to shake their hand as they marched across the stage. Dr. Hubble is a resident in family practice at Iowa Lutheran Hospital, giving back to the community as her extended family has always done. Des Moines University is just one of numerous central Iowa institutions that have survived and thrived, thanks in part to the Hubble family's support. In 1971, the family donated its longtime Des Moines home, Terrace Hill, to the state of Iowa. It's now the governor's residence. Over the years and continuing today, the Hubbles are among our city's greatest champions. They have given their financial support and leadership on boards and fundraising campaigns for organizations including the Des Moines Art Center, Civic Center, Greater Des Moines Community Foundation, Iowa Methodist Hospital, Unity Point, Drake University, Simpson College, Blank Park Zoo, United Way, Planned Parenthood, and the Des Moines Garden Club. Des Moines University and the community are so much better, stronger, and set for bright futures, thanks in part to members of the Hubble family. Thank you for your impact, leadership, and support. And I'd like to now invite members of the Hubble family who are here tonight to join me on stage so I can share a copy of the published history that details your legacy and our long-standing partnership. Please join me on stage.
My name is Fred Hubble, and I'm here because none of my fellow relatives stayed in the same room as myself. They all backed up and I moved forward, so I got designated the speaker. But you know, I've never been a doctor because I was told early on that I can't be a doctor because I'm afraid of blood. So that ruled out medical school for me. But you know, as you can tell from the slideshow, all of us have benefited from having wonderful genes, and you doctors know that genes are very powerful things in all of our lives and influence what we are and what we can become to a great extent. So we've all been very fortunate in that area. But on behalf of all my relatives here and many others who would like to be here and over the years have hopefully also added to Des Moines University, we'd like to thank all of you for being here to support the school, and particularly the Glanton Scholarships, which is a wonderful initiative to support the school. And we'd also like to thank Angela for very good work in bringing to our attention the history that, frankly, those of us from the Hubble family here tonight were unaware of. Other members of our family apparently knew about it, but my parents, our parents, never talked about it if they knew about it. You know, when your family's around for a long time, there are a lot of stories you don't always know about. So we very much thank you for bringing this to our attention, and we appreciate the honor very much. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Mohammed Hassan, and I too would like to add my thanks to the Hubble family, and to this year's Glanton sponsors, and to the members of the Glanton committee. I'm a first-year student in the Des Moines University's Doctor of Physical Therapy program, and I too am a recipient of the Glanton Scholarship, and I'm reaping the benefits currently of all the support represented here tonight. As an applicant to the physical therapy program, I had a gut feeling on my interview day that Des Moines University was the right place for me. I have to admit, however, as the pastor mentioned, that I was nervous a little bit during orientation. I was born and raised in a diverse community in Chicago, so moving out of there and coming to Iowa, I had a little bit of fear of implicit biases or racism that may exist. I'm proud and gratified, however, to tell you that my fears were unfounded. I have found a very welcoming and supportive community at Des Moines University. In fact, I recently became a student ambassador for the physical therapy program, and I share with incoming students my experiences and my thoughts on the program. I feel privileged to be able to pursue a career that will allow me to connect with patients on a very special level and help change their lives for the better. I know that being able to provide such care effectively requires that my classmates and I not only learn about other cultures, but also that we acknowledge the fact that we can never fully understand them. Understanding our patients' circumstances and experiences in ways that let us provide the best care requires sensitivity, engaged listening, and compassion. I believe Des Moines University is providing us with that type of education. Thank you to everyone who supports the Glanton Fund and our journey as future healthcare providers. I now invite Glanton committee members and also Board of Trustee members Marcia Hammers and Renee Hardman to the stage to share this year's results with President Franklin. Thank you.
Good evening. President Franklin, on behalf of the Glanton Steering Committee and the generous contributors, we are excited to present a check to Des Moines University in the amount of, drum roll, come on, in the amount of $267,124.75 for the Glanton Fund in support of your diversity initiatives and minority scholarships. With this additional funding and support, the Glanton Endowment Fund is now at $2.4 million. Congratulations.
Good evening. My name is Adrian Simeon, and I'm a fourth-year medical student in the College of Osteopathic Medicine. Tonight, before I say anything else, I just wanted to sincerely say thank you to each and every donor tonight. I am deeply humbled and grateful for your gift of giving, commitment to the community, and passion to change lives. Words cannot express how thankful I am to be one of the recipients of the Glanton Scholarship. So again, thank you. This evening, I wanted to begin with a quote which was written by Albert Einstein and published in the New York Times in 1932. He stated, "A life lived for others is the only life worth living." When I think of this quote, I think of the concept of paying it forward. For those who aren't familiar with this concept, think of an individual who pays lunch for an unknown person out of the kindness of their heart and expects that person to do the same to another unknown person. This cycle continues, and most likely you may come across someone who desperately needed that resource due to their circumstances, challenges, and struggles in life. In addition, that one moment could have changed that person's life and those around him or her in ways that go beyond just the purchase. Well, I was that person. Early in my life, I was destined to be nothing. I was raised in a generational curse where education was the least of our problems. Coming from a family of 8 brothers and 4 sisters, struggle was an everyday theme that we were faced with. Many times we would go without water in our house because we couldn't pay the bill. We would have to light candles in every room because our electricity was cut off. And we would have to ask the nearby liquor stores for loaves of bread, free loaves of bread and meat because we didn't have enough food for everyone. My mother, who was a high school graduate and a cafeteria manager, she would often bring leftover food from the elementary, and that was pretty much our excitement. My father, who is a custodian worker and an 8th grade dropout, he would constantly work, but later found difficulty maintaining a job because of his previous abusive criminal background history. In addition, my family was raised in Compton, California, where gang violence and drugs infiltrated the areas. Resources were limited in our area, and we were forced to reside in roach and rat-infested housing in order to accommodate the entire family. I didn't choose this life, but this was the life that basically chose me. Failure in my life was mainly due to 2 essentials that I lacked the most, which was guidance and resources. I failed time and time again to the point that I was homeless in my early 20s. I was literally living in a car for several months, fending for myself. The only sort of success I felt was when I was granted a basketball scholarship to Missouri Baptist University in St. Louis after high school, and I was actually the first to attend college in my family within generations. However, after my first semester, I dropped out and went back home due to financial hardships. I was a huge failure and I was tired of it. I felt that I had to be the Superman of my family, but I kept making the wrong decisions and failed. A couple of years later, I became fearless. I told myself in tears that I would no longer fail, but succeed no matter what it took. I quit my job and only had $600. I took my wife and daughter on a Greyhound back to St. Louis to uncharted territory, which was college. I became so fearless during my undergraduate studies that I walked into the dean's office of a very prestigious school in St. Louis, and I told her that I wanted to go to medical school. The only problem was that my grade point average was a negative 0.2. I know, she laughed too. So. But the thing is, she told me, don't give up, work hard no matter what the circumstances. And she continued. She said, but you have to do me a favor. You have to get straight A's for the next 3 years of undergraduate, and then we can come back and talk about medical school. As time, struggle, lack of sleep, and many hours in tutoring went by, along with taking care of my wife and daughter, my beautiful wife who is sitting right there, graduation finally came. In the spring of 2013, I was the first in my family to graduate college with honors. I received an award for Biology Student of the Year. I was placed on the President's list for maintaining a GPA of 3.6 or higher, and chose to attend medical school at Des Moines University. Based on the events that occurred previously in my life and all that I've been through, I felt that Des Moines University was the best place for me to be. Since that day I stepped on campus for an undergraduate visit, the environment was loving and very supportive. This was one of the few places where everyone was actually nice and happy. I fell in love with this place. Since that day, Des Moines University not only provided the two essentials that I lacked, but it pretty much gave those essentials above and beyond. And it is because of you all that I'm able to stand here with joy and say that I will become a physician within the next 8 months. Thank you. So you have definitely paid it forward for me and also helped me to break a generational curse. You have made me the example of change in my family as well in the community. Since this has happened, my younger sister decided to attend college in now 6 months from an associate's degree in psychology and was recently accepted into a major university in Texas. Also, my younger brothers are finishing school and have decided, in their words, to be just like me. My family has been forever changed. In conclusion, I say thank you for paying it forward. You have blessed me with a greater avenue to do the same. I will be the physician that should have never been. I will be the physician that can relate to my patients and with similar backgrounds so that I can properly care for my patients. I will be the physician changing lives, providing guidance and resources. So again, I say thank you not only for me, but on behalf of my family, fellow students, and future patients that have and will benefit because you have paid it forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Adrian. It means so much that you have shared such a personal story and that you could join us from Indianapolis tonight. Two people who believe in paying it forward were civic leaders Willie Stevenson Glanton and the late Luther T. Glanton, Jr. He was the first African-American judge in Iowa. She was the first African-American female assistant county attorney and the first African-American person from Polk County to serve in the Iowa legislature. They also shared a love of Des Moines University and its students, both serving as members of the Des Moines University Board of Trustees. The Glanton Fund was founded in 2004 in honor of their service and leadership. Since then, the fund has generated more than $1 million in scholarships for minority students who are underrepresented in healthcare. Mrs. Glanton could not be with us tonight, so one of our second-year students, Robert Knight, who's in our DO program, and a Glanton Scholarship recipient, went to see her.
Hi, Mrs. Glanton? Hi. Hi, my name's Robert Knight. I'm a second-year student at Des Moines University.
I'm glad you came.
Yeah.
And I'm flattered that this is happening.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to say thank you so much. I received your scholarship last year, and it was definitely one of the biggest moments of my life. This is for you on behalf of all the students at DMU.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah.
How nice.
We just want to say thank you for all the work you and your husband did.
I'm very pleased and appreciate what has happened. And I'm very grateful for the help and for you being here. And I thank you very much. Thank you for the support.
Again, thank you to all of our students who are so passionate about providing exceptional health care. And thanks to all of you, our donors, who express your passion by helping the Glanton Fund become such a powerful investment in these future leaders. Thank you for joining us tonight, and please plan to attend the 2017 Glanton Dinner, October 5th, 2017. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you all for being here.